Podcast. Alright. Hello everyone, welcome back to the podcast channel. Okay, the first thing I want you guys to do as you're watching this is comment down below about the quality. Because this is the first time I'm using my actual camera, like not my webcam. As you can see, I'm using the background for the channel as the frame for this. As you can, there's a new setup. Okay, I bought some new equipment. This is the first time I'm using OBS to actually film an episode. Last time I did like a quick episode, which was a live stream, which I'm definitely going to start doing live streams more. That I have this equipment now, which is really cool. I'm able to link up my actual camera to my laptop, and then I have my microphone here and my mirror here. I realised I'm actually inverted. Am I always inverted? Anyway, I'm inverted. It doesn't matter. Alright. It's the least of my concerns. I'm a little bit aware that we are experiencing some grain right now, and the frame rate is not exactly the best, but we're just gonna deal with that, okay? Welcome back. If you guys are new here, hi, my name's Anna. I'm a politics enthusiast who's going to be covering the general election, because the last episode we made was when the general election was just called and I had a bit of a mental breakdown. If you're going to want to go watch that, it's on my channel. But yeah, today we're going to be talking, as you can see in the title, we're going to be talking about who should win, because a lot has happened since my last episode, I think we can all agree. But yeah, if you're unaware with the format of this podcast channel, basically, if you guys are familiar with a creator called Bailey Sarian, she's a makeup and murder. She talks about true crime and does makeup, okay? So I kind of stole that concept and applied it to politics. So what we do here is that I talk about politics, we have a fun old time, we kind of make it a bit more lighthearted, and we have a bit of a laugh about it. It's a space to have a bit of a mental breakdown about politics and the state of the world, without it getting too heavy. That's basically what I am. And we do makeup at the same time. So, because this is OBS, what I'm actually able to do very quickly is go and find my inspiration picture for today's makeup look, because oh, I didn't realise it logged me out of Pinterest. 1 second. So yeah, this is the first time with my new setup, which is fun. I'm aware, as I said, we're experiencing some grain. It looks like it was filmed in the 90s, which for most of the time, not mad at. For a podcast that before was like very high quality, very aesthetic vibes. You can see I've got my blue light on in the background, which will get more and more as the sun goes down. It's currently like 9:10, so that's going to disappear really quickly. We're going to get some cool stuff going on there with the background, but yeah, normally we have a lot more high quality than this. I'm sorting things out. I'm still fiddling around with settings, so do bear with me. I am trying to make this more of a professional setup, I swear. But yeah, I'm going to try to get up the inspiration picture for today's makeup look, which isn't going to make much sense because it doesn't really go with my outfit, but it does, because the girl in the photo is wearing red as well as me, so not that has any affiliation with politics. Well, it might do for what we're going to talk about today. But yeah, so let me just get that up real quick, and then I'll do my usual disclaimers and explaining really explaining. Here we go. Right. So this is... Didn't realise that was a crop top. Okay. Gotta crop out her boobs there a second. She looks amazing, by the way. Okay, here we go. Is this varying based on... Sorry, I've just gone back to OBS instead of my browser, and I can see, like, it's varying a bit rate. Okay, you're just gonna have to bear with me today, because I'm aware that the bit rate is not, like, the frame rate is just not gonna, it's not gonna keep up with me, is it? Okay, so this is the, ignore how many tabs I have open. I'm learning how to do that, okay? Just don't shush. But this is the makeup look we're having today. Okay, so I am aware I am very much in the way there. Let's just move me out of this way. So this is what we're doing. It's green and it's blue. Okay? And it's red. She's wearing a red top. Underneath that, like, she had like a blue bra on, which looked great, but yeah, I wanted to crop that up. Just in case this video gets age restricted. Which it shouldn't, but it might. Because this is society. We live in a society. Alright. If you want to see more on that, follow me on Instagram. Anyway, but yeah, so this is the look we're going to be doing today. I bought some new products. We have some green liquid eyeshadow, cream eyeshadow, that we're going to use again with the blue as well. It's going to look great. As I say, she's wearing red, I'm wearing sort of a darker red, so we're just going to ignore that. Just pretend like I'm recreating this just straight up like what she's wearing. Her hair's really cool as well, by the way. Great inspiration picture. Anyway, back to what we were talking about. So, general election. Still reeling from the fact that is less than a month away. We thought we had longer, but here we are, and we're just going to get on with it. So, the main contenders, of course, Conservatives, Labour. Forgot to do my disclaimer. This is me reminding myself of how long it's been since I did a proper episode. Alright, for those who want to know my leanings, because I know that it's very important for people to know, simple moisturiser. Products that I use if I don't talk about them, or even if I do, regardless, in the description, at all times. So, yeah. Main contenders, right, yeah, so, disclaimer. My leanings. Because as much as I try and make this podcast kind of mainly educational, I am very clear about my biases. I'm very clear about my opinions. This is still like an opinion space. So I am a member of the Conservative Party. Has been since 2019. Am I proud of that fact? No. I'm becoming less and less proud of that fact the more we go on. I joined in the Boris Johnson era. Okay, listen, that should say it all. The 2019 election was a historical moment, and I thought that it was going to be a lovely time of progress for the UK. You know, so it was Brexit and all that stuff. We were trying to get free of the EU shackles, and you know, we all know how that went. I have never, ever been a fan of Rishi Sunak as Prime Minister. He wasn't voted in. We all know this. The Conservatives know this. I don't think there are many people, actually members of the Conservative Party, who like Rishi Sunak. Just a bit of insider there. We never have. And it's become even more apparent the more and more he stayed in office. So, just in case people weren't aware and wanted to know, he's not very popular. He's short as well. Not to, short king, but not really. Short, ruining the country, king. Anyway, but yeah. So, in terms of being a conservative and hating Rishi Sunak, I do lean more economically conservative, more socially liberal, and we're going to talk about that today because one of the things I do want to cover is the Reform UK manifesto, because that's come out recently, and there are quite a few things I don't agree with. Especially about trans rights issues and things like that, which people keep trying to block, and we're gonna get into that, right? So, very much socially, very much a ally to the LGBT community. Happy Pride to those who celebrate, and all the allies who are sticking up for a continually discriminated against group of people. However, they do have privileges in this country, but compared to other countries, privileged, but still struggling out there. Anyway, so that's just the disclaimer out of the way, because I know people do tend to like to be very aware of that. So we're going to get into some complicated issues today that are possibly going to contradict the fact that I am still a member of the Conservative Party. I should say at this point, especially when it comes to the general election, and just I am still going to be a member purely for the social side. I have a lot of friends now in the Conservative Party, and we all share mainly the same opinions, but we all go for party conference, and that's it. So, and even that's mostly nightlife. It's a social thing at this point. It's not even about politics. Let's move away from that, because I don't want to be associated with, oh my god, she's a Tory. So, yeah, general election. Main contenders. You obviously have the Conservatives, Labour, and we thought that was it. At the beginning of the year, I was like, okay, when the general election comes around, of course, we're going to have a few Reform UK MPs who are going to be battling to be the little small group of rebels at the back there who are probably going to drag more people over to them. And oh my goodness, has that escalated as a prediction. So I'm going in, I do always do my eyes first before my base. I'm filming another video for my main channel after this, so that's why I'm saying that. NYX Ultimate Eye Base, as always, when it was like the other eye primer, I used to use this as well. It's a good eye primer, and my eyelids are dead oily, so I just need to... Anyway. Right, so... Reform UK, which, to be fair, is probably what a lot of this podcast episode is going to be about, to be fair, because they have been rising from the woodwork, haven't they? You know, since the whole Lee Anderson thing a few months ago, and a few sort of backbenchers going towards them. We've had a few scandals, haven't we? And we're gonna get... Oh, I need to mention Mark Logan. Have I mentioned Mark Logan yet? Have I mentioned Mark Logan on the channel? Was that the last video? That was the last video. No. Wait. I think that was the last... that was the last podcast episode I made. It was, wasn't it? Because that was like right after the election. Wait. No, because I swear that was my last podcast episode. Wait, I'm fact checking myself here. Oh god. Wait, no, I need to know now. Wait, I need to fact check myself on my own bloody channel. Yeah, Mark Logan. Yeah, so the last video I made was the 30th of May about Mark Logan. Yeah. So we all know about Mark Logan being a little snake, right? Yeah, we don't need to talk about that again. he defected to Labour, we already know that. We already covered that last episode. Right, Reform UK. Since then, Nigel Farage. Round of applause for the saviour of democracy, okay? Have I agreed with everything he said in the past? Absolutely not. Do I think he believes in true democracy and free speech in this country? And to a certain extent, and will definitely be saving democracy in this country? Absolutely. Absolutely, because the man is a powerhouse in politics, no matter what you think about him. Okay? Conspiracy palette brushes. I'm doing my eyes. That was made by Mitchell brush that just fell out at the end. Welcome to playing in politics. Alright. Or just any of my channels, to be fair. This is just the energy I bring. Anyway, so, Nigel Farage, whatever you think about him, we're going to use this for bronzer and blush in a minute. Whatever you think about him, the man is a powerhouse in politics, okay? He needed to stand. I think a lot of people were disappointed when he was all, oh yeah, I'm not going to stand, like, you know, it's fine. I can't even really properly remember what actually triggered it. What triggered him actually being like, psych, Clacton. But yeah, no, he's standing in Clacton, which I think is a brilliant decision. And if you guys have seen the turnout he's been having, I think he's bound to win. I think he's bound to win, which I think is a good thing, because Conservatives and pretty much everyone in the country can agree we need a shake-up in our political system, and he's the one man that can do it. Regardless of what way, you know, you think he's going to swing it, and we all know the way he's going to swing it. But we needed a shake-up, we needed something big to happen, and he is the big thing. Well, he's not that big, actually, physically, but politically big. Like I was saying, political powerhouse. Can't deny it, right? Have I agreed with everything he's said in the past? No, absolutely not. Especially, again, towards LGBTQ folks. It always goes back to that, doesn't it? Basic human rights for the diversity of the human race, which, by the way, God intended, so... but, by the way, I'm just going in with the kind of tan shade that kind of goes with the tan in my shirt, just to add a bit of a base. I'll explain bits of my makeup along, but this is mainly about politics. Alright. Yeah, so Nigel Farage. What was I saying? Yeah, so especially like the LGBTQ folks, I've not actually agreed with a lot of his policies, however, or like views or whatever, but when it comes to illegal migration and, you know, making sure we have enough room in this country to house everybody who needs accommodation, not just letting all and sundry in, I feel like, again, he's the one guy we really needed to come in and sort that out. I mean, we wouldn't have known about the whole, like, grooming human trafficking scandals and everything that was going on, bringing people to this country illegally, if it wasn't for him in Dover with his boats in 2020. So, again, whatever you think about him, he has done some good stuff for this country. So, yeah. Do I think he's gonna become Prime Minister by, like, 2028? No. And I don't think he should. No one should ever hand him the keys to number 10. I don't think that's something that needs to happen, okay? And I don't even know if that's even in the agenda for him. I mean, he's getting on a bit. How old is he? How old is Nigel Farage? Hang on. We're gonna we're gonna Google this right now. How old is Nigel Farage? Google, right? How old is Nigel? 60. He is like 2 years younger than my mom. That's fun. Okay. Yeah, so he's 60. That's Notion, not OBS. What am I doing? Right. 60. He's 60 years old, which, okay. Not as old as Joe Biden, but still pretty, like, he's getting on a bit, right? So we can say that for him. I don't think, so as I said, I don't even know if he really wants the keys to number 10 at this point. If he does, fair enough, but I don't think he's gonna get there, and I don't think he should get there, because he does have some quite extreme views. But Clacton, he's doing well. I feel like he is going to win there, and as I say, I feel like we need him to, and it's controversial, I know, but this is why we talk about politics. But yeah, no, I feel like it is the thing that we need, because if anyone's gonna lead, like, the little band of rebels, it's gonna be him, right? And yeah, so we're definitely still gonna have the rebel group, which is good. It's good. Do I think Reform UK are gonna get any kind of majority? No. Do I think it's gonna be some kind of hung parliament between the Conservatives and Labour, who are definitely gonna win? By the way, we'll get into that. No, I don't think it's going to be a hung parliament. I mean, it's too, the timing of this has absolutely screwed over any possibility of it being a hung parliament between the Tories and Conservatives. Between the Tories and Labour, sorry, not Tories and Conservatives. I mean, we're still going to get infighting, which, to be fair, is needed to shake up the party. Nigel, we kind of need you to go back to the Conservatives. We know you weren't going to do it, but, you know. Anyway, so, right. So, basically, this look, I realise I usually do my brows before my eyes. This is what happens when I'm talking as I'm doing my makeup. I forget steps. Alright, let's do that now, actually, before I tell you about how I create this shape for my eyes. But yeah, so is that the right one? Yeah. Elf brow gel, similar to the Glossier one, which, side note, I had a bit of a, if anyone's actually interested in, like, makeup, that's not the right one, actually. If anyone's interested in, like, makeup, I had another fun fact about me is I'm vegan, so very much in favour of makeup brands sticking to vegan and cruelty-free formulas. And recently Glossier, which is a kind of no makeup company, which I have supported in the past, you know, their products are good. The boy brow, again, is a staple kind of in sort of the late 2010s, I feel like, kind of 2018, 2019. A lot of people were talking about Glossier, and I was a big supporter of them. I love the mascara, I love the brow gel, but I never tried their lip balm, and it was the lip balm that I got kind of into trouble for the other day, because they recently, well, a while ago apparently they changed their formula to a vegan one of the balm.com, which is their lip balm, right? It comes in like a tube, it kind of looks like paint, but apparently it's really good. But yeah, they changed the formula to vegan, which, you know, good for them, and nobody liked it. It was like, everyone was complaining about how terrible this vegan formula was, and how everybody wanted them to change it back to, like, the original formula. So they did. They literally, I mean, I don't know if you guys know what Instagram comment sections are like these days, but they are unnecessarily brutal, and it's ridiculous. It's a whole video I could probably make on my main channel about that, but yeah. So I commented, because I saw someone, like a vegan creator that I follow, saying that, oh yeah, by the way, they changed it back to non-vegan formula, just so you know. So I went they made like a reel, basically, that their employees like reading out a bunch of mean comments people were leaving about the bob.com being changed. And all I put was, yeah, but it's not vegan anymore, ... I think that's all I put, right? When I tell you, I got ridiculed for that. I got attacked so viciously for a simple sentence that just stated a fact, right? I had a couple of people defending me and like trying to like fight for the vegan message, but so many people were viciously attacking me for it, and I was like, I'm out. This is the first time I'd probably like commented on Instagram as well. I'm not usually one for commenting on Instagram, but it's meant to be something you're supposed to do for like engagement, for the algorithm, so I've started doing it more. But it's scary, it's a risk, because you don't know what people are gonna say. It's bloody stupid. Anyway, so that was a side note as I did my eyebrows. That was fun. Where did I put that brush? Alright, so makeup wise, I've been doing, now for those of you who don't know, I think I mentioned it in a couple of other episodes, but I'm very much a fan of like smoky liner. Like doing that sort of elongated, almost cat eye look is really, really, really flattering for my face shape, for my eye shape. I bloody love it. It makes me feel so feminine, so sexy, so amazing. But I always do it just with liner, right? I use like a black eyeliner or like whatever eyeliner I mean, or like eyeshadow. And I just, with certain brushes, I've done it in previous episodes and on my Instagram, but I've been, the past couple of makeup looks I've been doing have just been creating that shape just with the eyeshadow itself and without the smoky liner. So, just going back to our inspiration picture, as you can see, this is what's being done with this shape. So, I'm gonna go with this kind of fluffy brush, and then like the dark green in the Conspiracy palette, which is like the Illuminati. It's this one. Yes, this palette's like 5 years old. Don't judge me. But yeah, so we're gonna go into that, and I'm gonna kind of just use this, and you can see I'm kind of using the tip of it, so as you can see, it's kind of tapered, and it's very easy just to create that shape. So we're gonna do that first, then we're gonna go in with the fun product. Anyway, so bit of an going back to talking about politics for a second, let's all admit one thing, okay? No matter how much we can debate about this, Labour's gonna win. We are gonna end up with the next 5 years of Keir Starmer's Labour. At least in the beginning. And we're gonna get to that. But, I think, again, no matter how much we debate about it, that is what's gonna happen, and we're just gonna have to live with that reality, unfortunately. And it is unfortunately, because I am bloody terrified of that man's government. I'm not necessarily terrified of Keir Starmer. I'm terrified of Angela Rayner. When I tell you, I do not like that woman. I don't like her. She has done horrible things, said horrible things, been investigated by the police, Great Manchester Police, for like fraud, tax fraud, something. Recently, I mean, yeah, that didn't go anywhere. But I will never ever forget, a few years ago, there was a clip. I think it was on Twitter. I saw it back when it was Twitter, not X. God, that was basically some Tory backbencher, right, was saying something. I don't know. I think it was it was something really innocent. I remember it not even being like anything. I think he might have been talking about like his constituency, and like maybe something about how the council and his constituency weren't exactly serving his constituents very rightly, or something. Like something was going on, and I think as you know, speeches go, he directed it over to the Labour side, and we're like, under Labour, blah, 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 and she was literally sat there shouting Tory scum from the front benches, and she had to get, like, told off by Sir Lindsay Hoyle. And, I mean, that man is a legend. I will defend Sir Lindsay Hoyle so much. He's, like, the grandpa of the Commons that we really needed, and he's from Chorley, and I love his accent, and despite the fact he was a Labour MP, I still love him. We shall not hold that against him, because he's definitely, better than the previous one, who shall not be named. Or dare. Anyway, but yeah, that always stuck with me, because I'm like, yo, when this poor, this is just a little backbencher is just trying to, like, have his moment, and she's literally sat there being like, Tory scum. It's like, girl, shut up. Basic respect in the Commons. What are you doing, you crazy woman? And yeah, her whole entire attitude, she's always just been really angry, like, she's always just come across like the really angry woman, and I'm just like, girl, what are you doing? I'm not gonna make the ginger joke, but come on. Stop it. But there were a lot of rumours going around that I truly believe that Keir Starmer, it's like the rat from Ratatouille, like Keir Starmer's the Linguini, and Angela Rayner's the rat with the whole, like, you know, he's a puppet. Keir Starmer's a puppet, that's what I'm saying. Okay? Don't know why I came up with the Ratatouille, trying to bring Pixar into this. I'm a Disney kid, what can I say? But, you know, that's literally how it is. The man's a puppet, you can see it. He's not got the backbone to really, I mean, again, this, just to reiterate, this is a man who, when he was a barrister, was literally defending the cases of illegal migrants and actually helping them into the country, getting visas and things when they came here illegally. So, that's who's going to be our next PM, just as a reminder. But yeah, it's that is what I'm scared of, and I've had conversations with my parents about this many a time, because we all know that there are members of that Labour Party who are still Corbynites, who are still fans of Jeremy Corbyn, as much as the man came out to be an anti-Semite and was suspended from the party in 2020. He still has supporters. He still has people who believe in, like, for instance, like the anti-nuclear policies. That's not entirely. You know, one thing about having curly hair is if I don't do this equally, which clearly I didn't, Jesus. This side is so much more rounded than this side. I'm trying to even that. But yeah, one thing about currently having curly hair, I mean, if it's not equal, you can't necessarily tell. Plus, I am going to cover this up partly with the other eyeshadow, so this is... there are ways to fix this, okay? It's just... looking a little crazy right now. Also, I can't actually fully see what I'm doing because I haven't replaced the batteries in my mirror, so I can't... I'm like this. I'm like, hello? I can't really see... I'm trying to see, but I can't really see what I'm doing, so I'm just trying to even these out, like, as best I can. Is that good? It's the best we're gonna get. Alright. Gonna clean up with concealer anyway, aren't we? So, it's fine. But yeah, when we know, like, the infighting that can go on between the Tory party, and as I say, Labour's fond of it as well, and I feel like the Corbynites who are still waiting in the back, like, just lurking, even on the front bench, because I'm pretty sure that Angela Rayner was one of Jeremy Corbyn's fans, and Keir Starmer was a Jeremy Corbyn fan, but he hasn't really got the backbone to stick up to that now. That's what we've seen. So, there you go. But I feel like there are too many people in the Labour Party who still love Jeremy Corbyn, who are, when they get in on the 4th of July, oh, it's going to be at the early hours in the morning of the 5th though, isn't it? So, when they get in, okay, when they are our government, they're going to sneak in from the back and be like, oh, hey, Keir, now we hate you, out. Yeah, so there are going to be a lot of no confidence letters. I feel like it's just going to be like a repeat of what's been happening to Rishi Sunak just with Keir Starmer. And that's my honest opinion. I don't feel like he's going to stay for that long. I feel like in my predictions video I said that if Rishi Sunak was gonna win, like, he wouldn't stay for that long either, that, like, the Conservatives would soon oust him, because nobody liked him. I still stick to that. I still feel like, when they lose, terribly, I mean, how terribly is still yet to be seen. I'm still not entirely sure how terribly we are actually gonna win, because the polls, you can't really get accurate figures from polls, can you? So, who knows? I'm gonna stop blending that now. But yeah, I feel like the polls aren't really gonna be aren't that clear. But I feel like he is still gonna get ousted. And rightly so, because he's been useless. Sorry, Rish. Out at number 10. And out of leadership, please. We need a new leader. I don't know who yet, but, you know, because Penny Mordaunt was like the front runner, but she didn't do very well in the debate, apparently, so... Not that I watched it. I've been trying to stay away from the debates, to be fair. But, anyway. Moving on to a bit of makeup time. Now that I've done that, as you can see, it's not even, because I've been nattering. I'm trying to get better at this. But it's fairly equal, right? You see what I've done. Right? You see, I mean, already, I'm so much more lifted. I look a little bit like a drag queen. But that's the whole point. If you don't look like a drag queen, you've done it wrong. But this magical stuff, so I've been using the e.l.f., the holographic glitter eyeshadow for a while. Oh, catch up, hello. I've been using the, coding overloaded, considering turning down the vertex settings as fasting. I don't know what's going on. It's telling me that it's overloading. I'm still new to this, okay? Hang on, can I, like, pause this and change the settings? 1 second. Okay, I've changed it, so it's going to be even more grainy now, and I'm so sorry, okay? the encoder had to be changed. So this looks like we're filming in the 90s. So just, listen, I'm trying, okay? As I was saying, e.l.f. products, right. So I've been using, like, the holographic glitter eyeshadow for a long time, and... This is like their metallic version of the shadow, and I used this the other day when I went to my university degree show. This stuff is beautiful. It is gorgeous. It did not crease on me. I'm buying this in every colour. So, because she has the green, I'm going to use the green. So basically, this is going to be kind of everywhere, basically, and I'm going to go over it a bit later with another shimmer, but... Whoa, do you see that? Sorry. Do you see? I mean, that's already covered, like, everything. Look at that. And then do the same. This is the same side of the applicator. There's so much on here, bro. I'm going to tap that out in a second, just kind of, like, blend it out a bit. Maybe with that same brush, actually. I've been using a different brush, but we're gonna see how it looks with this fluffy brush, because I don't know if I want to get my other one out just yet. Okay. Oh, this is good, because it's got, like, the precision of the tip in it. Oh my god, wait, no, this is a hot life hack. Look at this! Oh my god, yes! Oh, this is working so well, okay. This is great. We love when a plan comes together. Also, I don't know, you have to work fairly quickly with this because it does dry quite quickly. So I'm just going to try and blend this out. Try to make sure it's everywhere. Nicely blended like hers was. Look at that. No, I'm definitely buying this in blue for conference. You have no idea. The quickest get ready with me's ever. Oh my god, yes. Oh my god, look at that. Woo! Okay. Do you see how quickly that did that? Like, boom, done. Like, that is gorgeous. I am gonna go over it with another shimmer, like a lighter shimmer just to highlight that a bit, but do you see how gorgeous that colour is as well? Ooh! I love cream eyeshadow. I have to say it, okay? I love cream eyeshadow. This quality. I'm on my actual camera. And my webcam's better quality. What's going on? Okay, I'm gonna change it back because this is crazy. Okay. We're back to what we were, which I know isn't that much better, but I'm sorry, okay? We're just gonna deal with what we're dealing with. But yeah, so that is gorgeous. Look at that. I can't really remember what I was talking about. I was talking about, like, Labour and how it's all gonna be infighting. But anyway, let's go back to Reform UK, because their manifesto came out recently. Yeah, no, I'm sorry. It's just gonna freeze, isn't it? I'm not Adam McIntyre. Okay. Okay. It's just gonna freeze, and I'm really, really sorry about that. Okay? Really, really sorry about that. We're learning. Alright. Reform UK, going back to them. I can't stop staring at my eyes. I can't stop staring at this colour. Look at it. It's so good. Alright. Oh, I'm really gonna have to work on this camera, aren't I? Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry about the quality, guys. I'm formally apologizing for this. Okay. Yeah, I'm so sorry. Right, 1 second. So I think I realized what I did. This has been making absolutely no difference. Because the setting I was changing was for live streaming, not recording, so... Welcome to me learning OBS after using the software on and off for like 8 years. Alright. Moving back to the makeup. No, I do really like this colour. I can't stop staring at my eyes. I'm like, this is so gorgeous. Anyway. Reform UK, their manifesto came out. Let's Google that, shall we? Because I'm not... There are a few things I agreed with, a few things I did not agree with, okay? We're gonna get into that. This is highlighting how beautiful this eyeshadow is now, and I am fully here for it. Alright. Reform UK Manifesto 2024. Let's do this. Woo! No, I don't want to join your stupid party. I don't trust Richard Tyson as far as I can throw him. I kind of trust Nigel. Sorry, I have to show this. I have to show this. Do you see this? Sorry. Why is that so funny to me? Oh, the traitor and the clown. Look at that. The traitor and the clown. That is hilarious. Alright, Alex Wilson. Who the hell are you? Amazing. Policy documents. Is this what we need? I feel like this is what we need. Is this what we need? I need your policy, bro. Give me your policy. What the hell is this? Starmageddon? Who is doing their graphics? Who is their marketing person? Okay, right. Starmageddon and then healthcare. Yeah, okay. Yeah, no, I think that this is what I was watching the other day. Like this earlier today, rather. Is this it? Healthcare needs reform. I think this is what I was reading. April 2024. Was this it? I feel like this wasn't it. No. Was this it? No, this wasn't what I was... Alright, there was something to do... Wait, let's go back, because I need to search this. There was something to do with, like, Lawrence Fox, that came out a few days ago, and I feel like that's where... That's where this came from. Yeah, no, that was not it. I can't... There was something, because I knew there was a document. Let's see. So I was watching one of my Tuesdays videos about, like, Lawrence Fox and something he said about Reform UK. I can't even really remember. Oh my god, it was Reclaim! Not Reform. Lawrence Fox's bloody Reclaim. Sorry, guys. You've probably all been like... Oh god, he's not even that attractive, sorry. Billy Piper, what were you thinking? Sorry. Right, let's go back to the... God, I'm so stupid. Alright. Swear I'm a professional, guys. Swear I'm professional. I get the party wrong. This is why it wasn't making any sense. Oh no. Look at this guy. Look at this twat. Sorry. I've always thought he was a twat. Again, Billy Piper, honey. The best thing you did was poor dog. Alright, firstly, sorry. Here we go. Right, so Reclaim. This is what this is what it was. This is what it was. Right. So the Reclaim Party. Not that they're gonna do any good whatsoever. Oh my god, I forgot that Andrew Bridgen bloody... Oh. Anyway. Oh god. Ugh. Sorry, I just read the bit about... Right, where is your bloody manifesto? Here it is. So this is what I was reading. I really don't care. Shut the hell up. Right, where's your bloody thing? Is it here? There was a thing about healthcare. And like, it's okay, so... Where was it? This was not what Maya Tusi was reading. Alright, sorry. This is just me scrabbling at this point. Right, this shit. Hang on. Let's talk about this a second. This crap. This narrative needs to die. This whole obsession over people's genitals. Obsession over gender, obsession over sexuality, especially when it comes to kids. I think that was the main thing. Like, I mean, that statement, I need to no. Yeah, war on woke, bloody nonsense. Where is the bit? So, the main thing I remember from my Tuesday's video that I was like, God, I need to talk about this in my own podcast, is this whole obsession with protect our kids. They were going to ban gender reassignments for children. Now, I don't know what... They don't say age... No mention of specific ages, and I think that's the main issue I have when people talk about these things, is there is never any mention of age ranges. They say children. What's children? What is children? Okay? Legally, you're an adult at 18. Does that mean no gender reassignments for under 18s? Does that mean that? And that doesn't necessarily mean surgeries. That means hormone treatments. That means everything. That's the issue I have, okay? And but it's not even that I necessarily have the issue with. It's the whole, you can't mention being transgender, or you can't mention gender diversity or sexuality diversity in schools at all. Point blank period. That's the part that I've always had the issue with. This is a bit of a rant, as I do some nice more shimmer on my eyes with a different brush, which I'm going to get in a minute. Because the inspiration picture, let's just go back to that a second. The inspiration picture, is it this one? It's this one. You see how it's got like a bit of like glowy? And as gorgeous as this is, it is very, very dark. So I'm going to use, there's a green in this palette that's got like a bit more shimmer in it. I'm going to try and use to darken that up a bit. So, get back to this. And then back to this rubbish. No, this rubbish. Right. Also, it brightens my face up a bit. I don't know what it is, what it was, what it is now. So I left school, like high school, in 2017. That was 7 years ago. Right, I did my GCSEs 7 years ago. Crazy. We're gonna get over that. We, in terms of sex education and talking about puberty and that kind of thing, the puberty talk started around year 5, right? And then we had one day in high school in year 10 where we talked about sex. Like, it was sort of the sex education day, but even that was like one day. Like, it was like one session rather, and the rest was about drugs and grooming gangs and why I stayed off Facebook for so many years. Because it was always around Facebook that people got targeted and groomed, so I was always terrified. But it was, that was it. And it was always just basic talk, and when it came to high school, it was awkwardly try and put a condom on a dildo. That was it. Right? And we talked to like a little bit about like contraception, and I don't really remember because I think that I sort of blocked it out quite a lot. Which was weird. I think I just wanted to hide that part of myself, and that I definitely did. This is not a discussion for the podcast, but yeah. But anyway, brush, lighter green shimmer here, a little bit on the lid. But yeah, so I don't know what it is now, what the policy is now in terms of when you're talking about puberty, whether you're allowed to talk about even gay sex, like in high school. But the point is, this kind of thing being mentioned and brought up and being like, hey, some people are this and that's okay. If you feel X, Y, Z at any point, you know, maybe talk to a trusted adult. But the thing is, a lot of people don't have trusted adults, and this is my main point as well with the whole, you know, don't mention being transgender, don't mention sexuality, don't mention anything, because kids don't know. If you have listened to anyone in the LGBT community talk about when they knew they were whatever identity, every single time you're gonna get, I've known since I was XYZ age. I've known since I was a very, very young age. I've known since I was a kid. I've known since I saw this in the media as a child. I've known since, you know, maybe I had like this relative growing up. Something like that, okay? And that doesn't change. And I feel like, I mean, as an ally, as a straight person, this is, you know, this is what I get. And this is also the main problem I have with all these narratives around, oh, like, kids don't know, kids are stupid, kids don't, you know who they are until this age. And even then, we're going to make it, like, incredibly difficult for them to be who they are, to be who God made them to be deep down, like, to allow them to embrace this. We're going to make it incredibly difficult, and then wonder why trans deaths are so high. Like, it has always baffled me, and I've had many a vicious, like, nasty debates with people about this, where people have just tried to sort of shout me down, and I'm not very good in debates. At least I wasn't a few years ago, and people were talking about this a lot in circles I was in. But yeah, it gets very vicious. I don't know why. Well, I do know why, because I've never denied that people do use the community to cause harm. I've never denied that. I will never deny that, because it's true. It's just a true fact that goes on, unfortunately. And we need to do something about that. We do need to do something about people who are genuinely trying to use the trans card to cause harm. And there is something about maybe being too lenient in sort of not necessarily acceptance, but not necessarily like in not being aware of people needing protecting. And by that I mean every woman, trans or otherwise, genuinely trans or otherwise, and I've talked about this in episodes before, but going back to the schools thing, to basically say to all schools, you can't mention trans issue, you can't even bring up being trans, you can't even mention it in passing, okay? Obviously don't make a massive deal about it, maybe until they get to high school. I do feel like the sex education system in schools needs to be better anyway. I've always felt like that, like since I was in high school, because again, we were never taught about gay sex or anything to do with anything other than just straight sex, avoiding being pregnant, that kind of narrative. And that's unfortunately how you get kids learning about sex through porn and just kind of bad examples. And, you know, we're not promoting healthy sex and relationships as a whole, as a society, unless you get on sex positive accounts on the internet, Ann Summers and their Pleasure Positivity Project page, which, again, if you want that kind of side of things, Instagram, best way to go for that. But I've always felt like that needs improving. I'm trying to move on with the makeup as well, but this is a topic I do tend to pause and do talk about very passionately, because it is something I do feel very, very passionately about, because I've always had this deep-rooted feeling that the diversity within the human race is a God-intended, God-created, beautiful thing. Yes, okay, biology is biology, but, like, in terms of reproduction, but we've always had gay people, we've always had queer folks, we've always had that community, we've just suppressed it and condemned it for so many years. And as much as I said kind of in the beginning, you know, we are very privileged, like, in this country to have, you know, to have legalised gay marriage, which hands together to Lord Cameron now for doing that back in, what was it, 2010, 2011? That will always be a Conservative victory, and that will always be something the Conservatives did that I'll be always very, very proud of. There you go. Gay marriage was legalised by a Conservative government. That is a fact. Anyway, but it was a great step forward, and he has always been very proud of the fact that he managed to do that for this country, and I will always be very proud of the fact that we do have that in this country because of the Conservatives and because of David Cameron. Lord Cameron. What was I on about before I started gushing about that? But yeah, we are very privileged in this country, but at the same time, especially, you know, but at the same time, you know, there are ways that we need to improve, and especially in terms of trans rights. Trans people stood at Stonewall with gay people petitioning for gay rights and things. You know, there have always been gay people and bisexual people and all these people. There have always been trans people, and we need to accept that as a society, and God intended society to be that way. So let's start thinking that way, shall we? Please. It should not be hard. It should not be difficult. This is it's always baffled me how difficult it is for people to just open their eyes and see the light, see the world with more kindness instead of hate. That's it. It makes me so angry. It really does. By the way, I don't really know why I should be doing this, because it should be black, really, but I also have this green eyeliner, which is from L'Oreal. It's the L'Oreal Infallible. It's the one with kind of the smudger on the end. Don't use the smudger, that thing's useless. But it's a nice colour, so I'm just going to try, because it is a slightly different shade of green, so I'm just going to do like a quick little line across my eye there. A quick little line, and you can't really see it over all the green shadow we've already got there. I might just go over it with the black, to be fair, because the girl in the picture does have like a black eyeliner like across her lid, so I might do that, because also you can't really see this. I mean, it's lovely colour, but well, yeah, actually wait, no, you can kind of see it now. Sort of laid it up a little bit, but yeah, no, I think I'm actually gonna go in. Actually no, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm not gonna go in the black, because I always do that. I'm gonna go in with my pencil brush, wherever that is. Here. Pencil brush. I've had these for ages, by the way. They're like the Harry Potter wand ones from when that was a trend back in like 2017. Anyway, but just gonna get the rest of the black eyeshadow that was on that last time I used it. Wash your brushes, folks. It's a reminder for me, because I don't do it very often, often enough. But yeah, trying to get the rest of that off, because there was a lot of purple on that from last time I used it. I'm going to go back in with the dark green, and going to try and do a bit of a liner situation just across my lid, like she has in the video. But yeah, I don't know why I've still got Reclaim's bloody thing up, because it was just trying to the point about the trans rights. But unfortunately, this whole, you know, trans woman, you know, a woman as an adult human female, sure, but it's as I say, it's just a nasty thing. It's a lot of very nasty opinions going around. about the trans community, and it needs to stop. It really does need to stop. It really frustrates me, and as I say, I've never denied that there are people trying to use that community to cause harm. I've never denied that, will never deny that, and it is a horrible, horrible reality about some people in our society. But we also have this beautiful group of people who we need to celebrate, you know, again, happy Pride. We do need to celebrate how far they've come and how much they do still want to fight for rights in other countries. And as much as, I'm going to say it, that fight in some other countries will probably never be won. And that's just the reality of some religions being really stubborn about that kind of thing, and some countries being predominantly that religion and being really stubborn about that kind of thing. And unfortunately, we all want to live in hope, and it's good that we do that, but unfortunately it might not ever happen. But that doesn't mean that we can't still celebrate Pride, and we can't still celebrate how far people have come, and celebrate being different, and celebrate this beautiful diversity that we have in the human race. Amen. So but yeah, so that is the one thing that scares me about any party that gets in. I'm gonna do my lashes now, by the way. Just curling my lashes, which I've started doing, and you know what, it does make a difference. I spent so many years without an eyelash curler, and then I invested in one, and I'm like, you know what, well, I didn't invest, this is like as cheap as one at Superdrug. But I think it was Superdrug. It was out of, was it Superdrug or Body Care? I can't remember. I just got one. Anyway, but ever since I started doing it, it has made a difference to the way my lashes looked with mascara on. I also, by the way, I need lash serum recommendations, because I ran out my castor oil from Holland & Barrett, and I kind of want to try like a good lash oil or lash serum that doesn't break the bank. So if anybody's got any recommendations, do leave them below. But yeah, so that is what scares me about whatever government gets in, is the whole trans narrative. Unfortunately, trans people are always in danger no matter who gets in, and it's a sad reality. But unfortunately, I wish people would focus on much bigger issues, but they're not, and it is frustrating. So yeah. Oh, and by the way, any infighting that happens in the LGBT community, can that also stop? Because I know it can be quite isolating sometimes, from a couple of people I know. So yeah. Also, quick tip for mascara. I've not been putting mascara on like really the roots of my lashes that much recently. I've just been kind of wiggling it on the tips after I curl my lashes, and you know what? It helps them stay up. It helps the curl. I don't know what it is, whether it's like, well, I mean, they still fall, I will not lie, but it does help like with length as well. I don't know what it is. I feel like not caking the roots really does help keep them nice and wispy. And also, I mean, I said I was going to film another video after this. I'm probably not, to be fair, because it's getting a bit late. I didn't realise. I need to be going to bed because I have work in the morning, so it's probably going to be a tomorrow job. I'm not going to lie to you. Oh, I can see my battery now. That's nice. But yeah, plus this camera probably needs charging because we've been going for almost an hour. But yeah, so regardless of who gets in, unfortunately, that's just going to be the reality of the situation. But hey, we got to keep fighting. We got to keep, optimistic. Got to keep talking about trans rights issues. Don't stop talking about trans rights. And hope that one day they start listening. And that's the best we can do. Unfortunately, I'm not going to shut up about it. I know that for a fact, because I know that they're not going to. So why should I stop it? If they're going to keep on talking negatively about the trans community and stop protecting them and stop protecting trans kids, and not, gently nurturing them, not necessarily indoctrinating them, as people like to say. Stopping the extremism when it comes to gender and education, but do gently introduce them to it, make it known to them these people exist, stop making them invisible, and yeah, so that's my take on that. I'm not going to talk about it too much, so I don't want this whole episode to just be about me ranting about the trans lobby, because I can do that for a whole episode, so not gonna do that. But yeah, no, but this helps my lashes be really pretty. Look at that, really, really cute. So there you go. But do you see what I mean at the beginning? Like how just that shape is really flattering for my eyes. Like, look at that, really cute. Anyway, I'm gonna get off Reclaim. I know this whole thing's been backed up by Reclaim. Let's get back to the makeup. All right. So there we go. Just me. There we go. Hi. Hello. Oh, that's gone a little bit. There we go. So I've got like a light on my face, so you can see what I'm doing. I need to put more batteries in this mirror. It's a thing that needs to happen. All right, it'll happen in the next episode, I swear. So yeah. What else do I want to talk about? Labour's gonna win. We all know this. And I'm terrified. I also do want people to understand, like, I want people to know, like, I want to know your opinions, is what I meant to say. Start a fight in the comments. Because I know that it's gonna be polarizing, it's gonna be dividing, this whole thing. I still think we should have left it a few months. It's still too soon, guys. Let us have our last shindig end of October in Birmingham, please, for the Tories. And then you can die. But no, they definitely distract NYX, concealer, can't stop, won't stop, the goat. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I want to actually talk about, because I'm not too sure if there was, in all honesty. Which is bad, I know. I witter on way too much about the trans lobby, and then I forget what I'm talking about. It's a problem. I also really got eyeshadow all up in my waterline there. Not a waterline, but like my lower lashes. I didn't even realise. Whoops. And I'm going with blue on my lower lashes. That's not good. Let's talk about the makeup for a bit, because I've forgotten what I wanted to talk about next. And that's probably all I really wanted to talk about, was really the trans lobby. Because really, I mean, the Reclaim manifesto, like the Reform UK one, I guess, which looks fairly similar, to be honest, from what I saw when I just quickly glanced through it, is the only ones we have, really. I mean, the Conservatives, apart from like the whole national service rubbish, which Rishi Sunak is still doubling down on, he's not refusing. He's really refused to be like, yeah, guys, that was a silly idea because I know I'm gonna lose the election, so what's the point in even trying anymore? Which we all know is why he came up with that idea, idiot. But as much as he should have said that, he hasn't done. He's doubled down on it, which is stupid. But yeah, apart from that, have we got a manifesto for Labour yet? No. Have we ever had a manifesto for Labour? No. Keir Starmer has flip-flopped ever since he got in. As I said earlier, Angela Rayner is definitely running the show. It's a Joe Biden, Kamala Harris situation. It's quite clear to see. The man's a puppet. Anyway, but yeah, no, it'll be interesting to see how this all rolls out. I mean, obviously, I'm going to be doing as many episodes of this podcast as I can, trying to cover the stuff that comes out. It might not be a full podcast, like a full sit-down discussion. It might be me already with my makeup on, talking about the odd thing, like I did with the last episode. Whoop, that came off. So, okay, so because the girl, going back to the makeup for a second, because the girl had, like, blue underneath, can you see this? Because she had blue on her lower lashes, look, blue, lower lashes, look at that. I'm going to be using the Made by Mitchell, the blue cream eyeshadow, which I've used in pretty much, like, almost every episode of the podcast so far. But this does require a bit of warming up, so I'm going to get it on a brush first. I've actually found that using this with my finger is actually easier than a brush. I've been using a brush before, but I used it with my finger like a few months ago, like a couple of weeks ago, and it worked a lot better. So, the more you know. But yeah, that's going on my lower lashes. Hopefully it's not too much. Oh, there we go, that's perfect. Yeah, you just have to get enough on there, because I wasn't dipping in enough, I feel like, the first time. It is a lovely colour, this, and it does blend out very nicely. Like, I do need to try more Made by Mitchell products. I know he just came out, like, with a skin tint recently, which I'm interested to try out, because I used to love, like, the L'Oreal, the water cream, CC cream that they used to have. I used to love that product. That was a beautiful product for the summer. It really, I blended that a little bit too much. Looking a little bit clowny, but it's fine. Once I put a little lower lash mascara on and the rest of my makeup, I'll look it'll look fine. It'll look fine, I swear. That is a lot. It looks fine. It's just the lighting. It's just the lighting, guys. Don't be scared. I am still me. Plus, with my highlighter on and everything, it's gonna look fine. It looks a little scary now. Trust me. It's gonna be fine. All right. I mean, I made a reel today about bold makeup and how you shouldn't be so afraid of it. This is prime example of embracing the change. All right. That sounds like a campaign message. Does anybody use that for a campaign message? I feel like somebody has. Oh yeah, by the way, the mascara was the Maybelline Sky High, but then again, you should have already known that, because the GOAT. Anyway, but yeah, so sorry, I'm doing lower lash mascara. What was I even talking about? I don't even remember. I was talking about Made by Mitchell products, but yeah, Made by Mitchell, but yeah, his products seem really cool. I like the ones I've tried so far. Maybe not the blush formula, that I know he does like a balm formula that apparently is a little bit better than the liquid one that people like better, so I need highlighter, because dear lord, I look a little scary right now. I ruined it with the blue. Oh well, never mind. The more you know, I had a little bit too. I was like, I need to use more on the brush, and then I used too much. So, the more you know. I think, actually, I'm going to be doing the rest of my makeup off camera, because I feel like I'm just rambling about makeup now. So just to run through the products I'm about to use, before I show you guys what the final look came out like, because I use the same products on my face all the time. So just to be clear and transparent about what I use. So again, that was the Made by Mitchell, the cream shadow. It was in Ecliptic, is what the blue was, and I used too much of it. Don't use that much. Bloody close. I'll just because the foam thing's not in the lid properly. There we go. Right. I am trying, guys. Is it going in? There we go. Right. That's on. Right. Elf cream bronzer, followed by Rimmel powder bronzer, followed by Bourjois blush. Sometimes I use a by Beauty Bay one. Sometimes I use the Made by Mitchell blush, the one that I have from the mystery box I got a few months ago. This is the same one I've had since 2016, and I barely touched it. Well, I say barely. I use it a lot, but like it's still a dome. It's not flat. I've not hit pan yet. These things last forever. All right. Should I be using this? No, I don't care. And then the highlighter I got out was a by Beauty Bay one. It's kind of a goldy tone. I got it in a mystery box I got a few weeks ago. If you want to see all the makeup-y shit, like all the other stuff, Instagram is the place to go for all the stuff. It's me. But yeah, it's a bit more sort of a gold tone than my sort of white one. Can you see? Can you see that? Yeah, you can. Look at the look at the highlight. So it's more of a gold. It's kind of like a white gold. It's really nice. So yeah, I'm gonna go off camera. I'm gonna do the rest of my makeup. I'm gonna come back with a lip on as well. I'm gonna use the NYX Soft Matte Lip Cream in Rome wherever I put it, because I thought that I'd lost it and then I didn't, and then I found it and now I don't know where it's gone. So that's good. Well done, me. I'll find that in a minute. Alright, I'm gonna pause the thing and I'm gonna come back with the rest of my makeup on. So This has been good so far. Good chat. So unfortunately, as I was filming, well, as I was doing the rest of my makeup, my camera died, which, you know, we love to see. Trying to so it did end up kind of looking like that. As you can see, that's the eyes, that's the lips. This isn't very effective. 1 second. Okay, so the lower quality because we're on my front camera, but you know, you can see it kind of worked. I kind of did with the low light. It would have been better if I had my lights on my mirror, but we'll work on that for the next episode. So yeah, general election stuff. It's gonna be a tough one. I'm going to try and make as many videos as I can, like I say, about any updates that come out or any developments or just anything we'll talk about, because I know this is going to be very dividing, very polarizing, and just a tough time. It's a scary time. I just wanted to, you know, bring some light to it, have a bit of a light-hearted discussion, as I say. That's what this is all about. The whole reason why I started this podcast. So, yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. Follow me on my personal socials. I don't have any Instagrams for the channel or anything, so anything that you follow me on will just be like my normal stuff, where I do a lot of like female empowerment content, life advice, that talk about kind of life after emotional abuse, stuff like that. So if that sounds, oh, and I also do photography work. So if you want to go and support me on there, then links will be in the description. And yeah, make sure to subscribe to this channel so you don't miss out on all like the politics and makeup stuff. And yeah, hope you enjoyed. This has been fun. And next time I'll make sure I have a fully charged camera and we'll work on the quality. Okay? Good. I'll see you guys in the next one.